That time a theater showed Saw 4 instead of the B movie.
The year is 2007. Apple unveils their newest product, the iPhone. Microsoft Vista begins rolling out to consumers. Senator Barack Obama begins his presidential campaign. The housing bubble bursts, leading to the biggest recession since the Great Depression. Countless natural disasters and terrorist attacks plague the world. It's all gone to hell. But you don't realize it yet. You're just an innocent child. That autumn, your parents take you and your family to watch the latest DreamWorks picture, the B movie.
The best movie ever made. I'm kidding. The movie, honestly, I think the B movie is actually a pretty bad film. It's just popular because it's a meme. There are way better DreamWorks films that don't get enough recognition comparable to the meme of showing the entire B movie script in one thing.
This is the new American pastime. Gone are the days of lavish vacations to destinations you can't pronounce. There's just not enough in the budget for that. But your parents are trying their best. And you can pick out any snacks you want. You get that large bucket of popcorn and drown it in butter. A cold soda large enough to make any European.
I don't like movie theater popcorn because movie theater popcorn is overly buttered, and every time I tell them to not put as much butter on it, and it's still just sopping wet every single time. I go, only put a little bit of butter. Or actually, don't put any butter. And they go, okay. And they still just douse it. Butter's the best part. It just ruins it, though. And then it gets all over your fingers.
And a pack of sour gummy worms. You walk into your theater, find your seat, just in time for the film to start. And the first thing you see is Jigsaw's cock and balls front and center.
Wait, that's the first scene? That's the first scene in Saw? Oh my God. They really I thought it would have just been like, oh, these kids think they're seeing the B movie, and the first 10 minutes they figure out, oh, no, this is Saw. The opening scene is somebody's cock and balls out. The only thing that what's the worst movie you could accidentally swap in B movie's place when a bunch of kids and families are going to see that film? Probably Terrifier 3. Some gritty horror film. Magic Mike, I still don't think that would be as bad. Terrifier 3 is nightmare fuel for me, let alone like a fucking 6-year-old that's happy and ready to see a fun DreamWorks animated movie. Human Centipede would be worse. Human Centipede would be worse. You're right, chat. That's true.
Instead of playing the B movie, the projectionists mistakenly started playing Saw 4 instead. This is a real occurrence.
How do they fuck that up?
That happened in Framingham, Massachusetts. A man named William recounted the story, saying that the theater emptied as if someone yelled fire. After less than 2
Oh my God, I wish I could be a fly on the wall in that moment. Is there a video of it? I hope there's a video of that. For some weird reason, like a dad was recording because he was happy to see the B movie. It just fucking opening scene flashes and all the kids just go, ah! The moms cover their kids' eyes and run out.
2 minutes the movie was stopped, and we returned to the theater to sit through more coming attractions, and finally B movie.
Is that as bad as Terrifier? No. Going to thinking you're gonna see the B movie and just seeing like an old man's nutsack is not as bad as going to the movies thinking you're gonna see the B movie and the opening scene is a demented clown hacking a child to bits with a fire axe. That's like some fucking live leak gore. Like that would be terrible. Cause there's been a million, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but when I was a kid, I watched movies that had nudity in it. And I might turn my head away, but it wasn't like traumatizing. It was just, there's nudity in it. Like a lot of comedy movies just like show a dude's ass or you see boobs or like, maybe balls though. That's a place a lot of movies don't go. You never show a If you show a dick and balls in a movie, that's a gritty movie.
Now, between the two movies, a manager and 2 other workers came.
The weirdest movie I ever saw in theater was Jackass. You talk too much? I don't give a fuck, bro. That's the entire point of React Days. I'm gonna fucking sit here and yap. Otherwise, I'm just watching a video and stealing their content. I need to fucking transform it, and I want to fucking yap, buddy. The weirdest movie I ever seen in theaters was Jackass. Because they would, like, mallet a guy's together with 2 ping pong paddles and they were see-through and they like screwed him so tight that it like mushed his nuts and his ball. Oh God, it was so gross. And then they played ping pong.
came into the theater and apologized over
The Godzilla scene. No, the grossest Jackass scene is when they get that fat guy to wear a whole trash bag around his body, and they hook up a tube to like Steve-O's face. I think it was Steve-O. And they make him run on a treadmill and give him like laxatives, and he like shits himself while he's like running, and all of that air and stench just goes through the tube into the guy's face, and he just starts vomiting.
and over, and handed each person in the theater 2 free passes, 1 free Coke, and 1 free popcorn coupon.
So they get 2 free tickets because they saw sorry you were here to see the B movie and we accidentally showed you a 75-year-old man.
I think they handled the situation tremendously. Kudos to the AMC Framingham. Also, on the way out of the movie, the manager was waiting, apologizing again, and handing out free B-movie posters. How refreshing. Congratulations, AMC, on a job well done.
I mean, bro, if I'm the dad, I'd probably think that's fucking hilarious. Maybe it's because I'm a dude and I don't have that sense of like motherhood and like nice parenting. If I brought my kids to see the B movie and it was Saw 4, I would immediately laugh. Would Brooke think that's hilarious? Oh no, she would be very mad. I mean, in hindsight, I would be like, well, that's kind of fucked up. I don't know. I don't think it's going to traumatize your kid. It's like 4 seconds of a horror movie that's kind of gross, and then you move on.
Well, at least they were able to remedy the situation.
They should have gotten sued. I don't know. Do you think it's that? You think they should have gotten sued for accidentally showing the wrong movie? Yeah, it is a naked Saw character.
But the effect of this trauma was too much for your family. It caused an even greater divide between your parents, and they divorced in 2009. By 2010, you go to live with your dad in Revere, half an hour away from your...
What am I watching right now? What am I watching right now?
At least they were able to remedy the situation.
What?
But the effect of this trauma was too much for your family. It caused an even greater divide between your parents, and they divorced in 2009. By 2010...
The Saw 4 accidentally showing in theaters caused your parents to divorce.
You go to live with your dad...
The dad thought it was funny and the mom thought it was fucked up.
...in Revere, half an hour away from your home in Framingham. Things are different. You see the world differently. Apple unveils its newest device, the iPad. Microsoft releases Windows 7 to the consumers. President Barack Obama
Windows 7
begins his re-election campaign following the midterm elections. Around the world, deadly natural disasters claim the lives of thousands. The economy is still reeling from the recession, but looks to be on the up. So it's time to return back to a simpler time, when things were more normal. You've grown up now. You're not really into kids' movies as much. But your father wants to make up for lost time, and takes you to see DreamWorks' latest film, Megamind. After
Great film.
the AMC fiasco, your dad is more wary of the big corporate theaters, so he takes you to a more localized chain, Showcase Cinemas. This is a celebration of new life in a new place with your dad, so you can pick out anything you want. You get a large bucket of popcorn and
Oh, please, the hot dog that's been rotating on that on that metal rack for the last 10 hours. Could I have the frozen corn dogs, please? Yay!
drown it in butter. You get the largest soda they have, which would comfortably feed a family of 6 in Europe. And
Yeah, no, large sodas at movie theaters are horrifying.
to top it off, a big old pack of sour gummy worms. You walk to your theater and find your seat, just in time for the feature to begin. And the first thing you see is Dr. Lawrence Gordon dragging his bloody
Wait, did they accidentally show Saw 5? Did they accidentally show Saw 5 in place of Megamind?
footless body through the halls of Jigsaw's torture chamber.
Oh my god. Wait, and you're the kid? You're the same kid that fucking saw Saw 4 in place of the B movie, and you're like, I haven't gone to the movie theater in years. I'll give it another shot. He's just crawling out, fucking covered in blood.
You really can't catch a break, can you? Once again, this is a real occurrence, as the story from WHDH Boston recounts that parents said that when the previews came on, they started to worry because the previews were a little advanced for children. They never expected the gore and violent horror film Saw. The children were told to cover their eyes in the scenes of murder, and mutilation played for several minutes before the movie theater corrected the problem. Theater operators realized the mistake, and the correct movie Megamind was put on. But the parents said the damage was already done, and their children are still shaken by it. He came and slept with us, and we thought we had gotten past that years ago.
I would be annoyed, but I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm not understanding it. Do you think that would genuinely traumatize a kid, seeing 10 seconds of the Saw movie? Dude, I remember being in 5th grade and my friend showed me a fucking live leak video of somebody dying. And that like fucked me up. But like 3 days later, I was like, fine.
Had a few nightmares, said Dolph-Rao, an upset father. Again, all that I would like to see come of this is that it's not going to happen again. The children were given 1 free ticket as a result of the mix-up.
1 free ticket?
But the Rao family's 7-year-old son told them he does not want to see a movie again for a very long time. It's now 2023. Apple announces their newest device.
No way it happens again. No way it happens again. No way it happens again. For Saw X, they accidentally show Saw again?
The Apple Vision Pro. Microsoft begins rolling out their landmark update of Windows 11. President Obama is long gone. His vice president, Joe Biden, is now the president.
Minnesota! Minnesota!
Terrorist attacks continue to occur at an alarming rate. A full-on global pandemic shut the world down, leading to an increase in all goods. People can no longer buy houses. People can barely rent anymore. Everything is so different now. It's been 13 years. 13 long, therapy-filled years. You haven't gone back to the movies since the Saw 3D incident. Jigsaw could be waiting for you, just on the other side of that screen. Or up in the projection room, ready to strike. It's gone so far that you've avoided all things Saw, even muted the word on social media. You never have to worry about it again.
I don't know. I think I also have a different perspective on it. 2023 entirely different. But Saw 4, when did Saw 4 come out? 2007? I mean, around then, dude, if you ask your parents, Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger and shit that just isn't scary now was terrifying for people then. Your parents probably went to theaters in their 20s to see Michael Myers and it was scary. Now, bro, that shit's just like a funny slasher film. So I think I understand the traumatic experience of seeing that then more than now. Imagine showing somebody from the 80s Terrifier 1, 2, or 3. And Art the Clown just like sawing somebody in half. I would love to go back to like the 1920s and just show some fucking old person Human Centipede and convince them that's all modern film is. Yes, whenever people ask you, oh, if you could go back in time, where would you go? Yeah, I would go around Jesus' time to see if he got reincarnated, the Egyptian pyramids, all this other stuff, blah, blah, blah. No, go back in time to like 1920 where film existed so they understand the concept of film, but I then show them the Human Centipede film, and I go, this is society today. This is the future for your great-grandchildren.
Have a family now. Sticking to
They would probably die right in front of me.
home media and on-demand streaming for your kids' movies. You'll never have to worry about another incident like the one that scarred you for life, for your kids. It's a lovely late September evening. You're out for a walk at the local promenade with your family. The leaves just beginning to turn that exquisite yellow-orange hue. One of your kids tugs on your shirt, pointing up at a huge building. They see a poster for their favorite series,
Oh, God.
Paw Patrol.
Okay, no, that's your kid seeing the average kid seeing the B movie or Megamind is probably like 8, 9, 10. So they can handle seeing something scary better than like, that's like 4-year-olds. You're bringing your toddler to go see Paw Patrol.
They love Paw Patrol. And you do too. The innocence you feel watching it takes you back before the days of watching the B movie. They beg you to take them in to see it. They've never been to the movies before. Your lovely partner's fine with it, but you just can't do it. Holding back tears, you have to tell them no. You just can't live through that again. Your partner only knows a small portion of your trauma, but assures you everything will be okay. Your youngest holds their hand out, pulling at your heartstrings with those doughy eyes of theirs. Reluctantly, you agree. You don't want them to miss out on these kind of experiences. I mean, what?
I don't know. I'm trying to think in my head right now how that would pan out between a guy and a girl that are just meeting and like he or her is opening up and they're like, when I was 5, I went to see the B movie and I saw Saw 4.
What's the worst that could happen? You enter the Cathedral of Cinema, purchase your
Like,
ticket
there's no way they're like, I'm so sorry. They'd be like, you saw Saw 4? And they'd go, yeah, it was his balls.
and get in line for concessions. Suddenly, the nerves and anxiety fade, as the smell of popcorn and the bright neon lights remind you of the magic of going to the theater. You get the largest popcorn you can, and absolutely drown it in butter, a soda the size of a European toddler, and a nice little pack of gummy worms on top.
Terrible selection. Chat, what are you getting as a movie theater snack? Peanut M&Ms is the best movie snack, and I've said it before and I'll say it again because it's two snacks in one. You can enjoy them together. You can separate them in your mouth. You have a peanut, you have a little bit of chocolate, makes you feel a little healthy.
You gleefully walk down the hallway to your theater, and find your seats just as the preview ends, just in time for the main event.
Wait, what movie were they going to see? Oh, Paw Patrol.
Oh no. No, 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 no.
You hear a guy in the back, it just cuts to the Saw music. Oh no, not again! And it's like the dad, and he just runs out of the theater.
This can't be happening again. If only you hadn't muted everything with the word Saw in it, you might have heard of the Saw Patrol craze. Of course, riding on the coattails of Barbenheimer summer. They've taken the joke and ran with it, having a lot of fun over on Twitter. Not that you would have seen, but the joke's gone too far. All of the scars from your childhood have opened right back up.
Actually, that would be kind of funny. Can we do that? Can we have an animated movie where we put, like, characters we know and love from, like, early DreamWorks and Disney movies into Saw traps and make them kill each other? Oh, who would be great? What would be a great movie for that? Cars? Yeah, Cars. But when you cut them in half, it's like they're meaty. They have meaty organs. Instead of, like, weird car parts and just, like, an engine, they, like, slice Mater in half, but he's just, like a meat cube. Toy Story, the Minions. Yeah, the Minions. And they like rips them in because they can't talk to each other.
Okay, this last one didn't actually occur. The theaters were pretty on top of their game this time. There is this Reddit post that said it happened somewhere.
Oh my god, that would just be so funny. I just can't get that out of my head. Just a minion fucking making that weird, stupid noise they do while they're getting like ripped apart.
South America, but I mean, come on, it's Reddit. But it would have been super, super funny to have it happen a third time, especially with all this Saw Patrol buildup. And thus we end our humorous tale of a battle between Saw movies and DreamWorks. While Saw 7 may have been the final chapter in this saga, we know there's always room for more developments in the story. I mean, maybe...
Dude, I watched like one Saw movie and it was so mid. I don't know, dude. There's just so many. It's just because it's easy to fucking replicate these films so they can just make them over and over. It honestly makes more sense, though, that Saw has that many films than Michael Myers. Because Saw, it's like just the premise of the movie is, oh, we're putting you through different traps. It's a gory movie where we're putting you through different traps. But Michael Myers, it's like, you haven't killed this fucker. You guys just don't leave town when he shows up. He only walks. He doesn't run to chase you. Just jog away.
Third time's the charm. This has been one of my favorite internet stories for so many years now. Originally, I only knew about the B-movie one, so hearing about the DreamWorks one, and having it only be like 30 minutes away was just perfect for the story. So to be able to make this was a lot of fun. And hopefully you enjoyed it too.
Dude, I fucking love this video. This was the best video of the day thus far, dude. I fucking love Dalton.